Welcome to the Lavish Life Concepts Tuesday training call, and we have a powerful lineup today. I'm super excited about everything that's going on in this wonderful company, as well as everything that's going on with the leadership in this company, and I felt as if this is the perfect night for Ladies' Night when everybody just got paid. We'll be able to kick this call off with some powerful testimonies about how well this company is doing and how is it impacting people's lives all across the nation, all across the board. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have, first of all, we're going to have testimony, and then we're going to have some powerful training. So I definitely want to let you guys know that please be on standby, and I definitely want to let you guys know that you want to have a pen and a piece of paper ready, because you're going to hear from some of the top income earners that are female, that are high ranked, okay? So definitely want to go ahead and get yourself a pen and a piece of paper ready, as well as you want to be in an isolated area so you don't have any background noise or any distractions, okay? So without further ado, the first person I want to call to the call is none other than somebody that broke a record in Lavish Life Concepts. She's a phenomenal woman. She's actually was on the TV show Let's Make a Deal. Her name is Kiana. Miss Kiana, are you on the call? Please press *6 so I can unmute you out of the line. Are you on the line, ma'am? Kiana, I can hear you. Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Welcome to the call.
Hello.
Oh, man, I'm so excited that you actually joined us. Please go ahead and bless these people with your powerful testimony.
Well, I'm just so honored to be a part of this great opportunity. I've been a part of this business for about 2 weeks now, and it's just been an awesome ride. I'm working with some lovely people who I talk to every day. When I first got introduced to this business, I said, oh, my God, this is a gold mine. I said, I'm going to run with it. I found my why, and once I found my why, I said, this is why, I'm actually doing this. I'm not doing this for me. And I realized once I found what my purpose was, it's easy for me to go out here and talk to everybody that I see about this. I don't prejudge anymore. If I'm at a restaurant, if I'm outside, if I'm getting gas, I'm talking to everybody about Wake Up Now, not prejudging, and it's just been awesome. I was really blessed that in my first 4 days I made it to F3. I was so determined. To make it to that position before April. And God blessed me to actually make it. I'm actually on the run to hit F4 by the end of this month. So I'm just going strong, going hard at it. And my goal is to push to global executives in less than a year. So I'm trying hard to make it happen. I talk to my team every day. We're constantly coming up with new, fresh ideas. We're constantly motivating each other, constantly talking to, each other, just motivating each other. And I just really like the energy of everybody. I mean, this isn't a selfish business. Everyone is helping everybody. It's just awesome to be a part of something like this where everyone is helping everybody and no one is being selfish. And it's so good to get my first check today. It was awesome. I mean, it's crazy. I just put in $99 and I got my first check today. So that was really awesome. So I'm just going forward, moving forward. I'm pumped. I'm excited, and you guys should be too. And the sky is definitely the limit. The sky is the limit. Find your why, find your purpose, and we're going to all make it to the top. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that powerful testimony. 4 days to Founder 3. Ain't nobody hungry like she is. So I definitely want to say I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you hit Founder 4 this month like you said you were going to do. All right, so what we're going to do right now, most definitely. What we're going to do right now, we're going to switch gears, and we're going to actually hear from the lady that actually sponsored Miss Kiana, and that is none other than Miss Misha. Miss Misha, are you on the line, lady? Press star 6 if you're on the line. Misha, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you loud and clear. The floor is now yours.
Okay, thank you so much for having me, sir. I really appreciate it, and you are one of the people that I look up to. I just want to let you know that in the business. Just to start, guys, I just want to say hello to everyone. My name is Misha Dixon. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a founder 3 with the business, and I will be a founder 4 at the end of this month, guaranteed. And so just to let you know a little bit about me, I'm an LPN and a party promoter in Baltimore, Maryland. I kind of thought I was living the life, basically, until 2 years ago. I had a tragedy in my family, and my mom was murdered. That brought on a huge hardship to myself and my family. 1, because she was murdered by her fiancé, and 2, because he cashed in our insurance policy prior to her death. So that meant I had to pay for it with the help from my family. That hit hard because it depleted, basically a lot of what I had. So I began spreading myself thin and working really, really hard to get back right. Not seeing my kids, basically working extra hours at the hospital, doing multiple events per week so that I can basically get extra money. So I started to hate what I was doing. But I did it because I had to. I already had a why. I knew I had a why in my head back then. So I needed it. And me being a single mom, I knew I had to do what I had to do for them. So back in November 2013, a friend of mine, he always used to see me, promoting parties and things like that online and always promoting different events for different people. He reached out to me and he basically said to me that he had a business that he wanted me to take a look at. And that gentleman is actually my upline. His name is Mr. Martinez. And I thank God every time I say his name because, I feel like he's my Iyanla Van Zant because he basically changed my life. He really changed my life. So with that being said, he gave me a call. He told me he wanted to take a look at the business. So I took a look at it. And when I took a look at it, I gained interest in it right away. And, I had money. So I was like, okay, well, I want to do it. So I called him back. And I was like, yeah, I want to do a thing now. So he then was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and get you started. So you have your laptop in front of you. So he walked me through the process. I went ahead and I basically, signed on to his link and I signed up for the business. So, of course, he would call me every day, check on me, make sure I was going with the game plan and things like that. Again, I'm spreading myself so thin, so I didn't take advantage of the opportunity right away. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. I didn't do anything with it. I set it on the shelf, and I basically didn't do anything at all, to be honest. And I would go on the actual, one website and, look at the different things that it had to offer, and I would take advantage of some of the things, the discounts that it did have. But as far as, promoting my business, I didn't do any of that. I would see my team growing around me, the structure and things like that, because he still helped me. He helped me grow my team and everything like that. And I was like, okay, you know what? Instead of me working all of these hours, I could take a little time out and focus on the business. And, since we're a team, let me help them grow just like he's helping me grow. And I'm not doing anything. So probably around January, I went ahead and I took advantage of it. And I started promoting it to people and telling people about it because I noticed that, during that time that I didn't do anything with it, I still was gaining knowledge of the product. And I went ahead and I paid for 2 months. I went ahead and took advantage of it since I was paying for it, and I became a product of the product. So that 2 months, I did gain knowledge of the product. So that's what I do love about what I did, even though I should have, been promoting the business, but I took advantage of a membership. That's what I did in the beginning. So me taking advantage of the membership, it helped me gain a lot of knowledge about the product, and I became a product of the product. So when I did put forth the effort to go ahead and run my business, I was successful at telling people about it, and that's how I gained, people's interest and piqued interest for them to want to know what I was doing to gain success in the business or whatever. Okay, so, that's most important there, basically getting to know what you're doing. And, of course, still needing, like, fast money and things like that or whatever. I still was doing my events and things like that, so I didn't really, push it until, something snapped in my head when Mathino kept calling me and was like, Nisha, your team's going around you. What are you going to do? Let's pump up the volume. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm YouTubing these people, and I see these people online making this money, and I'm always on DL's page. I'm always on Kiana's page. I'm on everybody's page just basically looking at their success. And I'm like, you know what? I can do this. If they can do it, I can do it too. I'm putting so much effort into this fast money, but it's not as much money as these people are making, and they're getting it every month. So if I just put my focus into it, I can succeed what I'm getting in my parties and get it from Wake Up Now. So that made me focus, and I focused because I knew that I had a goal that I needed to meet, and that's basically to get my bank account back where it was, and I knew that I had issues that I needed to take care of as far as, like, taking care of the people around me, like my grandma and my daughters. They're my biggest why. And once you have a why, like Kiana said in the beginning, if you have that why and you focus on that why and you know that you need it and not only want it, it makes you work even harder to what you want in life. Not just Wake Up Now, not just any other business, but if you have a why and you know that you need it, you need to succeed for your why. It makes you work hard towards anything that you want in life. So anybody that's having, like, any issues with, in the beginning and they feel like it's hard, you can't get great people, you can't, you don't know how you're going to do this or whatever, my suggestion to you is to get to know the product. And when you get to know the product and you believe in what you're doing and you know that you have that why, it's so much easier for you to talk to people about your business. Don't give up. Always be coachable. Always be coachable, because there's always somebody that's in the business that knows more than what you know. And don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call your upline. Don't be afraid to call your upline about anything, even people that you meet that are in the business that are not even your upline. Send them an inbox if you know them on Facebook. I do it all the time. I do it all the time to get knowledge of what you're doing to gain success. So put your pride aside. Nordstrom is a billion-dollar company. They folded 10 times before they actually made a success. So you may not succeed in the beginning, but I tell you that pushing forward and working towards that success is the best thing ever. So keep your heads up, guys. Always be approachable and coachable, and just stick to it, and I guarantee you will win.
Wow, Misha, I definitely want to say I appreciate you for dropping those nuggets and talking about your powerful testimony.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So thank you guys for those wonderful testimonies. We're about to switch gears and get into some training. Go ahead, get your pen and your paper ready, okay? Because the first person we got up is a monster in a good way in this business. She's what we like to call the mother of this company. She is currently a very, very high rank in this position. I don't want to disclose her income, but definitely know that she can, let's put it this way, she has a good year every month. So without further ado, Mama, can you please unmute your call by pressing *6. That is the proper edification for Miss Robin Mansell. Press *6. Let me see if I can find you. Okay, I can hear a little bit. Hold on, I think you just muted yourself. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mama Robin. Okay, let's push her to the back. Okay, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go to the next lady. This lady, I know she's definitely on the call. She actually used to play basketball overseas. And when she was playing basketball overseas, she was definitely dominating the game. I still believe that I can beat her, even though she says that I can't. I want to definitely give it up to my sister in the business. She's a founder six in this opportunity. She's definitely a boss lady. Miss Denisha Graham, are you on the line? Ms. Graham, I see you unmuted. I think you got your phone muted.
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. The floor is now yours.
All right. I think I got riled up a little bit when he said he could beat me, so I made a mistake and pressed the mute button because I had something to say, but I said I'd conduct myself in a professional way. But I definitely appreciate you letting me get on the call. I respect DL. He's definitely taught me a couple things. I've been to a couple of his events, which, you know, what he wanted me to talk to you guys about is building events, and not only building the events, but why it's so important to get out to events. If you take a look at some of the top leaders in Wake Up Now, they've probably been to most of the events. People who get in the building usually get it faster because what people go to events for is, I like to say, motivation. It ensures you that you're making the right choice. It motivates you and it pushes you to say, hey, I want to be like those people on the stage. I want to get those awards like the people on the stage. And I think that it gives you that extra boost of energy to make for sure that you can make it happen and that you know exactly what you're doing. It gives you the security that you're making the right decision by being a part of the company that you choose to be a part of, which is for us, most of us, obviously, Wake Up Now. We love it to death. That is the only reason why I am in the position that I am in. It's simply because I've been to the events. I've been to DL's events. I've been to Daryl's YG events. I've been to the corporate conferences. I was just in New York. And every single time I go to one of those events, it assures me that I'm making the right decision. A lot of people, you have to know something. In order to be successful in network marketing, you have to be connected. A lot of people fail and they drop off because they try to do it by themselves. And when you try to do it by yourself, it's easy to get discouraged. It's no one to push you, to tell you it's okay, that it's not going in the direction that you want it to go in at this very moment. But I assure you that if you have a team and a group of people who are all connected and pushing each other, you know, on those days where it feels like it's not going the way that you would like it to go, on the days where your mama's telling you it's a scam, your daddy's telling you it's a scam, and, you know, it would be easier for you to fall back and say, you know, I'm not doing this anymore. When you're connected with people, it gives you that extra push to keep going. And that's why I am such a big fan of events. I have an event coming up myself. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably seen it. And the reason why I do it, the reason why I do these events is because it gives people hope that this is the right choice and this is the right decision that they are making. I guarantee you, a lot of you guys, that if you were to start getting your prospects out to events, you would get a lot more yeses. I've had a lot of friends that I've been able to get them to certain, you know, Wake Up Now events, and it just changed their mind. At first, you know, when I was talking to them about Wake Up Now, they would have said that they're not so sure if it's for them. You know, I don't got time for it. But then when they saw the culture and the community of Wake Up Now, it was just something that they had to be a part of. And some people on the phone, you know, if you're not a big leader, you know, maybe you're not in the position at this very moment to build events, but I definitely think it's your responsibility to start getting out to those events. Now, a lot of people lack the skill to get people places. A lot of people lack the skill, you know, to tell their friends and family or whoever else to come to these events because they're scared they're going to be shut down, they're going to tell them no, and different things like that. But the truth is, you know, something that I learned from Eric Ward, any conversation that you're having, somebody's selling and somebody's buying. So what I do when I'm talking to people, you don't even have the opportunity to tell me you don't want to come, because by the time I finish talking, you feel obligated, because you know that in any communication, somebody's trying to sell something and someone's buying something. So if you leave the door open for someone to tell you, you know, I don't have time for that, or, you know, I'm not really trying to go over there, or whatever it is, then they just sold you that they're not coming. But if you know what you're talking about and you know the posture and you're motivated and you know you have passion and enthusiasm behind your voice, when you're inviting people out to these events, they'll definitely come. You don't need to try to sell or persuade these people to start with Wake Up Now. Let someone who's been in the industry for a while, let someone who has experience and who's a professional at this do the closing for you. Robin, who will speak to you guys later, can let you know when I first signed up, I didn't really talk to people. I got them on the phone with Robin. I'm sure I was annoying because I literally hit her up about 30 or 40 times a day, but I knew that I didn't have that skill yet to do it. So I knew my job was to get people on the phone with someone who's good at this, or in the building and let someone who has the mic, who's been a part of this industry for a long time, sell and close my prospects out. So I don't want to talk too long, but just to let you guys know something, it's very important that you get prospects out to events, and the reason why it is because it ensures people that this opportunity is real. It ensures people that the products and the services that the company is offering, that they are 100%, they believe in these products. You know, it's not just a little game for them, but like this is really real life. Like when I'm at a Wake Up Now event, I'm sure a lot of you guys were at the conference in New York. You know, by the time I finished that conference, I was sold again. Like I would have signed back up again. That's the motivation that you need on a daily basis. I know you guys have heard that quote before. Motivation is like a bath. You need it every single day, and that's the only way that you'll succeed. So when you're inviting people to events, let them hear the passion, let them hear the enthusiasm, let them see the commitment from you, that this is something that you're really serious about, and come hell or high water, you know for a fact you're going to be successful in this. And one of the key things to make for sure that people don't turn you down and tell you that they don't have time or they don't really feel like going out, give some people a reason why they need to be at an event. Put their why in front of them every time you're inviting somebody to something. Put the why in front of them whenever you're trying to tell them about the opportunity. And I guarantee you'll see success so fast. And Wake Up Now, take your emotion off your sleeves. If they tell you no, oh well, kick the dust off your feet and keep going. But I promise you guys, Wake Up Now, anyone can be successful in it. If you talk to any of the leaders in the most humblest way, we could definitely let you know the way that the compensation plan is set up for Wake Up Now, anyone can be successful. You don't need to have a certain skill. You just have to pay attention and listen to what the leaders tell you, and I guarantee you will all end up at the top. So get the people out to events, not because of you, but to let the people know that it's definitely I believe that it's a boost of energy to say, you know, this is a real opportunity. It motivates them, and they see the people getting the awards, they see the people making the money, and it gives you that extra push to say, I want to be just like them. I know a lot of you guys know who Seymour Green is. I guarantee you, DL, Kiamber, whoever else is on the phone who's ranked up, we want to be like Seymour. So every time we see him as the global position, you know, the more we connected to him, the more those vibes that comes off from him, they just motivate us. They push us to want to be exactly in the same position that he is. And how do we get to see him a lot? How do we talk to him a lot? We're at all the events. We see each other on a month-to-month basis, so it keeps us connected. Your network is your network. So definitely, you know, I know everyone's going to go to the top with this. I do believe that Wake Up Now is a company where you don't have to be good at it. You just have to pay attention. And I know all of us will end up at the top. So, DL, I definitely appreciate you for letting me get on the call and talk a little bit. I can talk for hours, but I'm going to shut myself up. I know other people got to talk, but I definitely appreciate you.
Wow, I definitely can beat you in basketball, but I cannot speak better than you. I appreciate you like crazy, sis. That was definitely the nuggets I needed, and everybody else on the call, I know that for a fact. So, I appreciate you. For real.
You're welcome. And you can't beat me in basketball, so you need to stop saying that.
We're going to argue offline. Let's keep this thing going.
All right.
Like she said, it's we got everything finalized. We got Mama Robin back on the call. This is somebody that was the first person to actually receive the call from one of the gentlemen that actually was a founder in this company. And because she took that call, the people like Seymour Green, Julian Kushner, myself, Stanisha, Miss Kiamber, all the people that we see in the company doing well, it's only because this lady actually accepted the call and seen the vision with the company. So without further ado, Miss Mama Robin, I ain't going to call you Miss. Mama Robin, are you on the call?
I am on the call. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. The floor is now yours. Go ahead and bless the ladies.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And first I need to take care of something. And that is what Stanacia said about getting on my nerves, and she absolutely was getting on my nerves, but I did not let that stop me from loving on her. So I just want you to know there's something to be said for getting on someone's nerve. I never took it personal and have always appreciated what she's doing. And when I got the call from Dale, the same thing. I think he is a great leader. He does an amazing job, and I respect you for doing this call for the ladies. And Dale asked me to talk to the ladies about female focus, and I think female focus, and when he first said that to me, I said, okay, so is that different from male focus? But I'm going to talk to you about it on a personal development level, because that was what first intrigued me with the industry of network marketing was personal development. And that is what actually started me on the career to, in my previous company, being a top 20 income earner, and going on into this company and having the vision to see where Wake Up Now was going, when at the time that we saw the company, there were only 4,000 reps in the company, and I don't think anyone was making over $5,000 a month. I saw that vision, and I'm telling you this story, ladies, and even gentlemen that are on the call, and more so for the ladies, because I want you to understand the kind of strength that you have and the kind of vision that you hold, because you've heard the story before. And the fact is that I had showed this to Gerald Wilhite, and he was not interested. He said he was not interested. You can do it, but I'm not going to do it. And I remember thinking that I could see something here. There was something there that I could see, and I held on to that. So, ladies, I want to talk to you about that focus and holding on to your dreams and holding on to who you are. And that starts with your core beliefs, and your core beliefs are not necessarily so much about what you feel about the company as much as what you feel about yourself. And once you decide and define what those core beliefs are, you have to understand that everything starts in your heart and in your gut. You need to be able to identify what is important to you, not what's important to everybody else, but what's important to you. Because if you get off track with that, you can miss an opportunity that I was determined I was not going to miss, regardless of whether another person who's very important to you has something to say about it. And so you want to take a no-nonsense approach to your business. And in doing that, I tell ladies all the time that we have a job to do, it's work, and it will not please everyone. And you got to be able to be okay with that it is not going to please everyone, your business, the way you do business. And so you have got to learn how to be authentic and to own your passion. If this is something that you feel that you know in your gut, you got to learn how to be okay with that when you are hearing voices and chatter from the outside telling you, which is sometimes what society does, telling you that you don't know what you're talking about. You got to be able to hold on to that and to know that you do. So I want you, and I'm going to give you some things that you want to try to perfect in your life, and that is to start with being bold. You don't have to be bold to be in this business. Even though the majority of people in the business are women, you usually will only see men. The majority of the people that are in our business hitting rank and in other businesses, not just this one, the ones that you see at the top are normally males. And so you have got to be a little bold. You've got to do, I didn't know who Stanacia was. She used to pop up on my Facebook page asking me questions, and she'll tell you I used to just answer them with one-word responses to her, not because I was rude and not because I was being arrogant. It was because I was busy, and you got to make sure that you are spending your time with the right people. And what I love about what she did was she didn't even care. She didn't take it personal. She did not take it personal at all. She just kept coming at me until she got what she wanted. And that is typically how men do that. Now, Stacey is an athlete, and usually athletes have that they don't care kind of an attitude. And I will tell you, as a female, to stay focused, you really have to have that attitude. I'm not saying that you have to change that softness about who you are, or, like they call me the one mom. Every now and then, we all have moms, right? Every now and then, I'm sure mom was really sweet sometime, and sometime mom would knock your head off. So you've got to find that place where you feel comfortable about what you're doing so that you can stay focused. And here are some things that you need to do. Entertain no negativity. I mean, of any type. If people start talking to you about something, you might believe it's true. What you want to do is you can listen, but you don't have to participate. You can listen to whatever's being said, and you can take mental notes, and you can put it away for later, but do not participate in it. You want to stay away from negativity because people can be negative, and that's on both sides of the, of the male or female. But particularly with women, we got to stay away from that little gossipy talking, chatting about stuff that's pretty irrelevant to our business. You want to keep your emotions in check. In this business, and I say this all the time, you have got to learn to use your emotions for your children, your family, the things that are important to you. They don't really belong here. There's something I heard P. Diddy say, years ago, and that was emotions will leave you broke. You got to know that this is a business, and you got to run it like it is a business. It doesn't mean you don't love on your people. I love my people, and I know they know that I love them. But I don't have time to. I've got to. In order for me to focus, I can't get off track because you want to drag me into something that is not for the benefit of the whole. And so you got to stay on the right track. You want to make sure that you don't worry so much about what people think. There's a book that I would suggest. I'm going to give you a couple books tonight, ladies. One is What You Think of Me Is None of My Business. What you think of me is none of my business. I read that book when I was 18 years old, and it has stayed with me all these years because it's really irrelevant what other people think of you. You got a job to do, and here is where you do it. The other one is don't doubt yourself. If I had doubted myself because Gerald didn't see what I saw, and if I had, if I had thought that maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, sometimes we don't give ourselves credit because this is just true. I've even heard Donald Trump say it. Women have a way of doing business. We have this instinct about things that we have. It's been kind of pressed down because there's no scientific there's no proof that this works. Well, I'm telling you, because I'm probably older than most of you on this call, it does work. You need to own those instincts because sometimes there are just things that it must be a gift from God. I'll take it. That there are things that we know that sometimes other people have to see 3, 4, 5 times. But if you can learn to own it, you will be extremely successful because it's just like reading people. I can read body language in person. I can hear it on the phone. I already know. You've got to stay in tune with what you really, really know. And when you do that, you won't get off track. You also need to, too often we're told what we should or should not do. Do you. If it works for you being a particular way, then do that. You don't want to listen to people telling you, well, you should do it like this. I will tell you, in my previous company, I'm a very A-type personality, and I took a lot of heat with people telling me, you really shouldn't say it like that. You should say it like this. And in the beginning, you kind of think, well, maybe that's my problem. Maybe, I'm kind of turning people off, or maybe this, you have the little things going on in your head. I will tell you this. This has been the best run of my career, and I've had some successful things in my career over the years. This has been the best run of my year when I decided to take my voice back and to say, if you got a problem, you need to take it over there because this is how I'm rolling, this is what I'm doing, and if you don't like the way I'm saying things, I would suggest you turn down the volume. Because people will constantly tell you, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. You do you. You determine what you need to work on yourself. And I'm not saying, again, you don't listen. There's times I'll hear somebody and I'll think, oh, I'll receive that. I'll take that. But don't let it change your authenticity. You want to make sure that you stay an authentic person. Second book I want to give you ladies to read is a book called A Woman's Worth. You've probably seen me posting this on Facebook. Another incredible book that women should read. And if you notice, the books that I'm telling you don't have anything to do with network marketing. They have to do with you finding in your soul who you are as a woman and taking charge with that. We can still be that, nurturer and tender and taking care of our spouses, our significant others. We can still do that, but there still needs to be an ownership and authenticity of who you are. Then you want to make sure that you set the tone with people. Let them know what to expect in dealing with you. You train people how to treat you. When I'm watching shows on TV or something and somebody says that, this person does this to me, nobody does anything to you that you don't allow them to do. So you need to set the tone in your business the same way. The minute you allow, and I think I heard Nicki Minaj say this the best, if I let you give me pickle juice, every time I show up for something, you're going to have some pickle juice there while other people over here drinking champagne. She said you have to let people know from the very beginning, and I totally related to her saying that because a lot of times that is what happens. So you've got to set the tone. You've got to let people know, when you come over here, this is how we do it over here, and this is what I expect from you, and what you expect is what you will get. So in closing, I want you to understand that all you need to do is stay the course. No matter what comes your way, you're going to have distractions. Distractions are just a test. When you get down in the valley, sometimes you're in the valley because you need to stay there because there is a lesson there that you need to learn. This is a test. It's just a test. So it's testing you to see, have you done your work? Have you put the work in to get to the place you're trying to go? And if you have not put in the work, that's when you're going to keep falling back because you have not put in the work. You have got to put in the time. You've got to put in the work in order for you to get the big picture. And sometimes when you fall down, it's for a reason. It's just a reason that there's a lesson that you need to learn. And so just remember that you need to own your business, take control of it, and take it to the level that you want your business to be. And if you guys can do that, if you can do it and you do it with authenticity and you do it with passion, everything else becomes a natural course of business. And here's the thing about women. Let me give you this. We don't sell anything that we don't believe in. And that is not to take away with how men do business. Men have been the head of households for a lot of times. So a lot of times they've just got to feed their family and they will sell whatever because they got to go home and they've got to take care of their family. So there isn't always that passion in it. But know this, when a woman does a business, when we do it, when we have made up our mind, this is it, nobody does it better because we will not do anything that we don't believe in. If we don't believe in it with our heart and our soul and we can see ourselves sharing it with other people, we do not do it. So just know, ladies, if you are here for the right reason. Your why has already been defined. So now take your natural position as leaders in the company and go and get everything that you want for yourself and your family. So, Dale, thank you for having me on the call tonight.
Thank you so much, Mama Robin. That was phenomenal. I definitely want to let you know that I was taking notes. I'm going to read some of them books, just letting you know that. And I don't want you thinking about me any kind of way.
Okay.
All right. So I definitely want to go ahead and switch gears. Guys, we got a powerhouse on the call next, and this is going to be our last and final speaker, somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. The first time I met her, we was actually in Provo, Utah, and we were looking at the home office down there at Wake Up Now's headquarters. And I definitely clicked with this young lady. She's been like a sister to me ever since. And so I definitely want to let you guys know that we call her Killer Key and Coach Key, whichever one is, however she's feeling at the moment. So definitely want to go ahead and give the call to none other than Miss Kiamber Vaughn. You on the line?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Killer Key speaks. Go ahead.
Okay, from here on out, if we do these calls, let me go first because I think that I learned so much from Robin that I'll say something that she's been teaching me, and she just said almost everything that I wanted to say on this call. So me first next time, okay?
I will do that.
Right. All right, everybody, thank you for getting on the call. You could be anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I know some gentlemen are on. DL asked me to talk about posture in this business, and posture is something that I've learned over the years in different professions that I've been in. real estate, being in the nursing profession, and I learned a lot about posture in this industry from Robin, actually. And if you really take note, like Robin told you guys earlier, a lot of the people who are ranked up in this company, founder 4 and above, you will see that it's majority men. And I have a big issue with that, especially because I feel like we get so mistreated in the workforce, period, that this is our way of speaking up and really gaining ground in this world, period. And I feel like not enough women are really taking advantage of what we really have. This industry right here, there is no favoritism. You want to get to the top, no matter if you're male or female. And I feel like we have enough women who are really gaining ground to where you guys should really be kind of latching on to what we're doing. It's not like you have to hit our inbox all the time or anything like that. Just really pay attention to some of the things that we're doing. One thing, when I first started to really look into this industry in late 2012, I really kind of felt like, am I really going to be able to make it? Because one thing about me, for anybody who follows what I do, I'm a very blunt person. I'm very open and honest, and I've been that way my whole life. And so I've always been that person where I always knew that no matter if you were nice or mean, people were just going to not like you just because they would find different reasons. But I always kind of felt like, I don't know if I can get into this industry, because what if people won't like me because of my personality? What if people won't like my posture and how I do things? And so I came across Greg Padrillo, and I started to really pay attention to his Facebook page. I never messaged him or anything like that, but the one thing that I really seen in him was the fact that he could be himself. He could be very blunt, and he had different creative ways of putting things out there. And so it was after following him for about 6 months that I said, you know what, it's time for me to really get into this thing, because I've watched him, progress and continue to progress, even despite the difference of personality that he has with other people. So fast forward, and I entered the industry, and one thing about me, you guys, I know a lot of people kind of sit back and watch Robin and me and Tanisha, and they kind of sometimes feel like, oh, well, you guys only do certain things because you're at the top now. You guys can go back to some of our Facebook posts. Now, Robin has been in the industry for a while, but go back to me and Tanisha's Facebook pages when we first started in March, and you will see the same exact ways that we post now, we've been posting about that. I've been calling people crazy or dumb for not believing in the industry. I've been saying that I was going to retire even before I retired. I had it in my mind that that's what was going to happen. It was all about my posture and my attitude and my mindset. When you're dealing with people in this industry, your attitude and your approach is everything as a woman, period, because we are walked over in every single walk of life, okay? But in this industry, you can really make a name for yourself, and you can really, really be respected, but it's all about how you carry yourself. Okay, now, no matter what, people are going to talk about you. They're going to think something's going on because they see this, they see that, whatever. People are going to talk. People do whatever they want to do. But I know some ladies have issues with, guys being in their inbox trying to flirt with them instead of keeping it business. I'm not going to sit here and say nobody has ever flirted with me or tried to hit on me, but I'm pretty sure Tanisha can tell you, and even Robin can tell you, we don't really have very many thirsty guys in our inboxes. But if you look at the way that we position ourselves as opposed to some of these other women in the company, you'll see that we carry ourselves a whole lot different than they do. You can look through all of my pictures, and you'll see that I don't have pictures where I'm showing my cleavage everywhere and my boobs all out and, taking pictures in mirrors with my backside all out. There's certain things that you guys have to remove from your social media if you want to be respected and if you want to be taken seriously. You can't sit here and take a picture, your profile picture is showing your big boobs and everything, but you're getting mad because guys aren't hitting you up about business. They're hitting you up about having some business with you. You can't get upset with that because that's how you put yourself out there. You have to be very stern with things. You don't have to be militant or anything like that, but our teams respect us a lot more than some of these women's teams because of how we carry our teams. My teams know. I don't care if you're a woman or a man, you're going to respect me. And if you don't respect me, you can find your way out the door because I am where I am for a reason. I've put in the time. I've put in the work. If you don't want to listen to me, that's cool. Go do your own thing, but don't get mad at me when you don't succeed, okay? I really feel like there should be way more women that are at the top with us. How can you look at what we're doing and not be motivated enough to say, you know what, I don't care what anybody says to me. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I can be just like them. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing that's special about us three. I can promise you that. I mean, yes, Anisha was a star basketball player. You know, I was at the top of my school in academics and different things like that. Robin has been a top earner in other companies. But when you really break us down, we're just simple people. You know, we're very simple. Anybody can do this, I promise you, but you guys have to change the way that you're doing things. You have to. You know, it's okay to do certain girly stuff like talking about, you know, I don't want to say too much gossip, but, you know, talking about different things like I know some people like to talk about scandal and stuff like that on their pages. That keeps people engaged because not everybody on your friends list wants to see you talk about business all the time. So you do still have to do some non-business stuff, but you guys really need to pay attention to some of the things that you're doing because I sometimes see some stuff in my timeline and I have to hide some of you guys because I'm just like, are they really serious about business? They can't be because there's no reason they would have posted something like that. You know, pay attention to everything that you're doing. Stay motivated. Stay disciplined. Make sure you're taking the right approach and the right attitude with this business. If people aren't respecting you, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out why. There has only been a few times where I've been disrespected by people in this company, and that's because there's no reason for anybody to disrespect me. I respect everyone, and I put myself out there to be respected. Pay attention to what you guys are doing, all right? I expect to see more women at the top with us. That's it from me, Dio.
Thank you, Killer Key. I definitely want to say that I appreciate everybody that's on the call right now. We wanted to definitely give the ladies a treat, but me and we actually listen in. I know for a fact I've been listening in and taking notes as well because the posture is everything, you know, and I definitely understand when she said, you know, having people in your inbox that want to do business with you and not just be in your business. So I definitely wanted to take that nugget, run with it, and let everybody know that you got to carry yourself like a business owner. And I always remember, you know, when you was to go to an interview, they say dress for the job you want, not the job you deserve. And I think that needs to be applied here and saying dress for the position that you want, not the position that you are. You see, your clothes shouldn't look like it say D2. You know, your clothes shouldn't look like a D1. You should look like a global executive from every day in your business. And so what I want to let you guys know is that we're going to continue to do calls like this. Every Tuesday we have mindset calls where I'll probably have just myself going in or an outside leader because we are one family. It is one love. And we're definitely going to be one of the companies that become an iconic company in this industry. And we're definitely going to take it to the top. So just like we do on any other call, guys, when you hear the teleprompter tells you, go ahead and say global executive if you feel like that's what you want to be, okay? 1, 2. And so I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is definitely too crowded. This call is officially over. God bless.